Step one is getting the distance laid out for where the tower legs are going to go. This varies between boats. A couple things you have to keep in mind is making sure you have room for the windshield to open, and then how the tower lays down. Monster has a lot of information on their website that shows different installations and about how far the front and rear legs can spread out. You can see on this boat right here, we have it measured to put the front leg mounts here, which still leaves clearance for the windshield to open. And then moving to the back, you want to make sure that wherever you have it set, that the tower can lay down flat in the boat. Hopefully you can get it to where it'll fit, where it'll lay down inside the seat. Once you drill the holes in the fiberglass here, it's a good idea to put a piece of tape over the fiberglass where you're going to drill through. It'll keep the glass from chipping. And whenever you drill through, I don't know if you can see in this video here, but you want a minimum of 3/8 of an inch fiberglass thickness where you're going to go through. This particular boat was thin, probably a little bit hard to see, but we've actually gone in and reinforced the inside of this one to ensure adequate thickness to meet that minimum 3/8 specification. So some of them accessibility is difficult, but you always want to make sure that you have 3/8 of an inch minimum, which I would say we only run into probably maybe 10% of the boats that actually require this, but this is one of the few. Okay, moving on to the next step. The brackets, attaching brackets for the tower are installed in the holes that we drilled earlier. These have the little rubber washers. You keep in mind whenever you get this thing tight, it has to be able to flex a little bit, so that's the black rubber spacer that's under the bracket. Next step, what we found easiest is when you pre-assemble the tower, you just tighten it enough so it doesn't flop around. And we typically hang it like you can see here with a rope and then lower it down. It's a lot easier than trying to manhandle the tower. It takes several people, and the legs want to spread out and so forth. So it's just easiest to use a rope with the tower pre-assembled and just lower it down into place, and then you're going to attach it onto the brackets that you've installed in the previous step. A little helpful hint is once you lower this tower down, you attach the legs on the rear brackets, but notice we haven't installed, we have them marked where the front brackets are going to go, but we don't go ahead and drill them in just in case once you get the tower sat down on there you find out that there's something that interferes or whatnot and you want to end up moving it. Then you don't have it locked in and you can move them out and spread them out further or whatever you need to for other clearance. But that's just a lesson that was learned the hard way, so helpful hint. Okay, drilling the holes here, notice the positions marked, and then a little center punch was used to locate the drill bit to drill the pilot hole, which will start now. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the drill bit is running in reverse direction. That keeps from grabbing, and which has a tendency to grab the gel coat and chip it. So you always want to run that bit backwards to start with and get through that first layer of gel coat. Okay, now for the correct size hole. Notice the drill bit's running backwards again. You get through the gel coat before you reverse it and turn it around.
snake down through here, and got both my sets of speaker wires hooked up to it. And